Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome back to Reality Water Cooler. I'm Sarah from Texas, and this is our place to chat all the latest celebrity news, reality TV. Uh-oh, Luna just heard we're live, and she came to sit on the couch. Say hi, Luna. Say hi. Anyways, I hope you're having a great day. Oh, what is this doing? Oh, my comments weren't showing up. Okay. Um, if you were at Bravocon, tell me all about it. Copy and paste the thing right there. Live your this is an example. Why is that saying that about the comments? I don't want that to say. Can everyone else see that? The whole comments thing? It's showing up on my thing. It says live viewer comments show up on StreamYard. This is an example. I'm like, I don't go away. I don't want that to show up. Anyways, okay, hold on. Let me see. I just messed something up on my minimize. Anyways, okay. Just messed something up. Anyways. Okay, hold on. I have to get this back because I won't be able to, if somebody does want to come on. Shitfire. Y'all know I'm messing things up. Give me a seckie. Okay, there we go. We're back to it looking normal. If anyone did go to Bravocon, I'm sure you're tired as all get out. It is exhausting, but it is so fun. If you just watch some of it on Peacock like I did, if you got all your information from social media, one of the things I did also, I want to chat about it for sure. Okay, so much to get into. First of all, the Jeff Lewis, Andy Cohen, Ask Andy panel. If you saw my video that I just made on TikTok, he has said that he will never do Ask Andy panel again. Andy Cohen is mad at him. Jeff Lewis is disappointed in Andy Cohen. I mean, it's bad, y'all. This is bad. This is bad personally. This is bad professionally. We will go into it all. Another bad thing, and I don't want to talk too much about it or into all of the details, but there was a video of Mary Cosby with Andy. And Andy was like, yeah, Mary didn't even want to come to Bravocon. She was trying to get out of it. And you could almost see, I thought it was because like social anxiety or like what have you. And minutes later, the news broke from this account, Starcasm, that Mary's son, her only child, Robert Jr., had been arrested November 9th. So a week before Bravocon, he's still in jail. It's really bad. It's in regards to his wife, who might be soon to be ex-wife, not sure. They're both pretty young. Some physical stuff, some damage to the mom. It's bad. It does sound like it's bad. So I cannot even imagine what Mary was thinking as a mom, trying to do her career obligations, being at Bravocon, but knowing that she was going on with this, knowing that he's still in jail, probably nervous as all get out that somebody was going to ask her about it. I guess no one did, being respectful, but it just broke my heart for Mary. Also, what's going on is the news that TMZ is doing is it TMZ? Is doing a documentary coming out, I think January 1st, talking about the inspection of her church and it being a cult. So this is not good. The one good thing is I did hear that Mary Cosby was freaking exalted at Bravocon. Everywhere she went, she had fans, people being very supportive. They were cheering for her and just being very lovely to her. So that is good news. But also some really bad news. We learned from TMZ that Sutton Strack and Kathy Hilton's homes were both burglarized. They literally got into their homes. I don't know if Sutton's did. So I made a video about this also. So check it out on my social media at Sarah from Texas. But Sutton Strack's dog walker was there in the afternoon of Saturday, and the person broke in through her kitchen, broke the window through the kitchen. And they called 911. They don't know if anyone got anything, if they stole anything, but I think they got away. Then that night, Rick Hilton is home, calls 911 from his house saying that 3 intruders were inside his home. One report from TMZ said that they were inside Kathy Hilton's bedroom. Again, they don't know if they stole anything at this point yet. It's probably come out. I was busy this morning. Maybe an update has come out. I'll have to see. Let me know in comments if an update has come out on TMZ, because y'all know they're my trustworthy people. I don't know. They'll usually update it as the day goes on. So Texachi, somebody else was burglarized. Anyways, they got away though also, and so I don't think Rick was harmed or anything. But if he was at home, I don't know if it was cameras. I don't know which one it was, but the thing is, this reminded me so much of Kim Kardashian years ago in Paris at Fashion Week or whatever it was. A lot of celebrities, whether they're posting on their Instagram, which Kathy Hilton and Sutton Strack do or have people to do that, but everyone knew they were at Bravocon anyways. You really can't hide that because everyone is posting in real time, and they sold tickets that they would be there. So I'm assuming these burglars thought, okay, no one will be there. We can get in, get out, even if they have security, even if they have an alarm, what have you. Because as we know, a lot of baseball players' homes have been broken into when they're gone at a game. Basketball players, like they're literally seeing in real time, hey, this dude is playing a basketball game live right now. So we've got at least 5 hours to go and break into his house because he's not going to be home. So, I know people have gotten better. And I know when Joey Zalzig from Jeff Lewis Live was broken into or attempted, whatever that was, right before he and his boyfriend broke up last year, Jeff was all over him about how he posts in real time and all this stuff. And Joey was like, but that's my job. Like, some things I post on a delay, but some things I got to kind of post in real time because I'm paid to do that. So, yeah, it's crazy. Yes. SLD says, yeah, Patrick Mahomes and Travis's home were broken into at a game. Amanda, did you just get back home from Bravocon? Is that what you mean? Oh my gosh, wait, were you at Bravocon? I don't know. Vera says, don't rich people want to hire people to house sit? I mean, these burglars are getting more and more brazen though. So it's crazy. Like, instead of it being a burglary, it's a home invasion if somebody's home when that happens. That's terrifying to know that somebody did this on a Saturday afternoon for at Sutton Strack's house, like in such a fancy neighborhood. I don't know if it's gated. I don't know if they had to get through a security guard. I don't know. It's terrifying for darn sure. Okay, so much to chat about the fashion of Bravocon. Please make sure that you take the time, literally take the 2 seconds to X out of the live. It won't make you go away. Hit the thumbs up button and then come right back in. If you're watching on the replay, make sure you pop up there and hit that thumbs up button. Or if you're listening on the podcast, then make sure you give it a 5-star rating and review. I'd very much appreciate it. Okay. I agree. I've got so much to say on this, Brissa. She says, I'm a huge Chump fan, but something's been going on with Jeff. He's been lashing out lately. Wow. Yes. I remember when Crystal got broken into when she was on vacation. And I think it was her housekeeper that was there. Somebody was there, or sister. Somebody was there whenever she was broken into too. Anyways, I would assume they all have security. I mean, geez Louise. Yeah, Tiva Tambo says Jeff Lewis is always lashing out. So I'm not sure that is, but I did. And he kind of admitted it. So y'all know, I haven't really been listening to Jeff Lewis Live lately, but I had paused the Andy Cohen Live from this morning so I could go and volunteer at the food bank. And when I came back, because he was doing this pre-recorded Bravocon behind the scenes, or he called it Bravocon Diaries. So I was took a walk and I was listening to the rest of that. Well, as the app does sometimes, all of a sudden it went to live with Jeff Lewis. So it was the second hour with, I think it was MJ and Ryan Bailey were on, and obviously they were at Bravocon. The first thing I heard was Jeff saying that Andy Cohen was actually mad and that he was disappointed in Andy Cohen. So I made a video about this. Check that out. Please hit the like button. Please comment. It all helps my engagement. I would very much appreciate it. But it's crazy. He was like, he goes, I've already made the announcement that I'm never going to do the Ask Andy panel again. I don't think I'm the right person for it. I think they want it to be like light and breezy. They want someone to agree that they love every Bravo show. And he's like, I don't. I don't love every Bravo show. I don't think they get it right all the time. I don't think the casting is always right. Ryan Bailey is there subtly reminding him, hey, I think it's some comments you made about people that really got Andy Cohen mad at you. And he's like, yeah. I don't even think in the short time that I was able to listen to it, because then we had to go live. I don't even think Jeff mentioned the Monica Garcia of it all. It's already been deleted. I did make a video about it though, so check that out. It's already been deleted, so you won't see it anywhere on the Peacock app. But he basically was talking on the Ask Andy panel and saying that, do y'all look into these people? Do y'all check the FBI? Do y'all check their criminal record? Do y'all check their finances? These people aren't even aspirational anymore. And he brings up specifically Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Monica Garcia. Then he says something to the effect of, didn't her food stamps just get cut off? Well, I've heard that Monica has responded to him, but I wouldn't know because Monica Garcia has had me blocked on Instagram since Bravocon 2023, where I actually met her when probably nobody wanted to meet her. And I went up and took a picture with her. And I'm like, you aren't even a fan favorite, honey. But anyways, so he didn't bring that up or apologize about that I heard of, but it could have been something. Michelle says Jeff was such a hypocrite today. He said he assumed they hired him to be himself, but then wanted him to bow down. Isn't that what he did to Julie and Brandy? Oh, I did hear some scoop from a chumpette that on Heather McDonald's whatever podcast, I guess, something about Heather saying that when she was at the soiree party the night before BravoCon that Margaret Josephs hosted, that Heather McDonald felt that everyone was kind of not really giving her much attention or talking to her when Jeff Lewis was there, because she had brought Brandy and Julie also with them. But when Jeff Lewis left, she felt like it got light and breezy and everyone was then chatting with her. So that was a little interesting tea. What's that mean? I watch Tea with Tambo. I watch all your reels, but I don't think I've been liking them though. I'll correct that behavior. Oh, thanks, T. You mean liking, hitting the heart button. I would very much appreciate it. It really does help. I put a lot of time and energy into my fan account. It takes a lot of time and effort away from my life. So trust me, the 4 months I was gone, like not as many people are, things have changed and I do get paid. I'm monetized on them a little bit, but it's not like thousands. It's not like I'm making a ton of money on this for all the time and energy that I spend. So I would very much appreciate it. Anyways, yes, Louise says the title was Ask Andy, not What's Jeff's Opinion. I felt, and Jeff sort of admitted that, he said something about he thinks Andy on today's Jeff Lewis Live, he says he thinks Andy was going through something right before the whatever. He says he feels like he's always picked on, like more unfairly than other people. He says he considered calling his attorney to stop the flipping out reboot going forward. Like, wow. All because Andy Cohen is an executive producer. And he's like, well, look, if they don't like this snippet of Ask Andy panel, they are definitely not going to like Flipping Out 2.0 or Still Flipping Out, whatever they're calling it, right? So I made a video on this saying, that they're at odds with each other, right? And I don't know how this is going to look for them going forward. And then Jeff kind of confirms that today, saying that he gave Andy the out, like if you want to bow down from this project. But I didn't realize he meant he would possibly bow out of Still Flipping Out completely, because he says maybe I'm not right for Bravo. Maybe, well, meaning maybe it would go on another network, not necessarily Bravo. You know what I mean? Okay, we did get the news that Persian Valley is coming back. Sorry, my boobies are itchy. I think they're anyways, I'm itching between my bra. Vicky Gunvalson got her orange for the season 20 full-time housewife. How do you feel about that? I gave my thoughts on that this weekend on a video. I just feel like the last time she was on, she literally said and acted as if she was too good for this. I'm 60-something years old. I am a grandmother. I'm not here to fight like this and all this drama. I'm like, then don't come back for the paycheck because that's all that we want. You know that. If everything is hunky-dory, love you, Kathy Hilton, everyone says you're boring. If you're fighting in callous, that's how you keep your full-time orange. So I don't know what she's planning for season 20, but I feel like if she agreed to it, she knows what she's signing up for as a season 1 Real Housewives of Orange County lady, housewife. So I feel like she's going to now bring it. Also, we know she and Tamara had this reunion. She posted a video that was super dumb to me, if I must admit, of her like going and driving to Tamara's house and then calling her sugar tits as if everything was all fine and dandy. And then Tamara hugging her. Well, now we know this was a la, the Gorgas and Judices, right? Teresa and her brother Joe and Melissa and Louie like taking pictures together. Andy was asked about if cameras were going to go up. He's like, no, just let them be. They have done this multiple times where they've said, we're back together. We will never let anything come against us. And we're blood. And all we have is each other now that our parents are gone. He's like, they've done this multiple times and it's never worked out. So I don't think it will either for sure. I agree. Michelle says, I think it's hard to get these shows back to what we all loved about them. Times have changed. And I think it's what I've been saying. They all self-produce themselves. They produce each other. They break the fourth wall where they're talking about, even at Bravocon, Andy talked about breaking the fourth wall and how, Shannon walked up to the camera and the producers and was like, take me off this. I'm done. Here's my microphone, whatever. When Denise Richards literally said, bravo, bravo, effing bravo. In other words, that meant don't play this because I'm talking about the network Bravo. Now they do break the fourth wall and now they show it all, right? The hot mic moment on Salt Lake City, that in theory shouldn't have ever been shown, but it became a huge deal and it made them lots of money. Thank you for reminding everybody, hit the thumbs up on YouTube. I appreciate it. You don't watch OC or New Jersey? Well, there is no Jersey right now. Although we did, hey, Anne Marie from Scotland, shout out. We did get the news that New York is coming back in some form. They'll start filming very soon. And that's one thing that Jeff bitched and moaned about. And I could see it on the Ask Andy panel. By the way, if you haven't watched the Ask Andy panel, it really is the only one worth watching. All the other ones were kind of lame. I didn't waste my time. I don't know when I'll make time for it. I probably won't. But he agrees that part of the deal was that Jeff was asking him questions specifically about OC cast, if anyone was coming back. He specifically asked about New York cast. And he says, Andy was saying, oh, we don't have an answer. I don't know. And then he says, hours later, he was announcing the news at a panel. Well, they already have their plan. Like Jeff's upset about that. It did seem like Jeff wanted some things announced on his Ask Andy panel because it probably would have. And don't get me wrong, I don't feel like Jeff is not thirsty. If there's one thing about Jeff is I really think he says this shit off the cuff. I don't think he plans, oh, I'm going to get a video clip. Oh, I'm going to get lots of airtime on people's podcasts. I really don't think he gives a crap about that. I really think he just says and is genuine in the a-hole that he is. He's just genuinely an a-hole. You can watch the Ask Andy panel on Peacock. That's the only way we're going to get it. Probably in a month or two, they'll play it all free on Bravo, but right now it's only on the Peacock app. So, but he admits that he's upset because he was, kind of laying up Andy to answer these questions. And later he goes and answers them. But they all had their plan of when the announcements were going to be and how it was going to be. Like Jeff can't really be upset about that, but yet he was. He was upset about a lot. I mean, I don't know what he said on the first hour because I didn't listen, but let me know if he said more on the first hour. Two things at least that was edited out, which he won't be happy about. Although at least the Ask Andy panel was up. 2 years ago, it didn't even make the Peacock. It didn't make Bravo. Like they never aired it at all, which was a huge mistake because it was great. I mean, it's just enough Jeff Lewis and Andy Cohen, and then the friendship between them, the business stuff between them, and the snarkiness of Jeff. I mean, um, they made a huge mistake not airing that 2 years ago, I feel like. What else was there? There was something else that he was mad about. I mean, what wasn't he? Um, okay, the Trace Amigas, I don't think they need to revive that show. I did go with some other chumpettes in at the Houston show. So glad I didn't fly out for a Trace Amigas show because it's not, I mean, Doug was great at it. He did a great at moderating it. I don't think it was very well produced. And so I don't think they need to bring the Trace Amigas show back, even though Tamara and Vicky and Shannon are supposedly, friendly again. What else? Andy pretty much confirmed that Bravocon won't happen again for 2 years. Somebody said he had announced this at Bravocon, but I had not seen anything. Basically, he's talking to Ruth, this 86-year-old, beautiful fan who was at it 2 years ago. She'd probably been to all of them. I don't know, but I remember, was she at the one in New York? I can't remember, in 2022. I just don't remember that far ago. But I know at the Las Vegas one in Bravocon 2023 that I was at, Ruth stood up to ask a question, and she had come all by herself. And Andy was like, "Oh my God, this is so wonderful. I hope to see you next time." Well, then he finds Ruth and says, "Hey, you were 84 years old 2 years ago. Now you're 86. We will see you again in 2 years when you're 88." So that to me confirms that Bravocon is going to be every 2 years like they did this past year, which I think is probably good. It's a lot of the same people. I chose not to go, but also tickets apparently sold out in seconds. So I'd have been pissed off if I really wanted to go, and then I would have had to pay more than retail because the prices really went up this year. And I'm like, I just can't not do that. So also, the other one in New York, I feel like was in October. This one was in November, and then earlier November, I feel like maybe it was around the same time, mid-November, and then this one's mid-November. It's just a harder time of year to do it. You know what I mean? Lisa says Jeff will never win a battle with Andy. Well, rightfully so. Jeff is usually wrong when Andy gets upset with Jeff. It's usually for a good reason, like him reading text messages, private text messages without permission on Radio Andy. That's a huge blow up they had a couple of years ago. And Andy was literally mad at Jeff over that. And Jeff had to apologize. Announcing the Flipping Out reboot a year or so ago, Andy was rightfully upset over that. And it upset the executives and Andy. What else does he get about? Making the rude comments and being so negative about the shows and kind of not being negative about the shows. I feel like Jeff, and Andy probably thinks this, he was putting down Bravo. He was putting down the executives and questioning their decisions on casting. He was questioning their decisions on, are y'all looking at their criminal record? Are y'all looking at their finances? Like, just second guessing them. So Andy, of course, is going to get defensive about that, right? Like, this is his bread and butter. I mean, housewives, everything. Smaz says Jeff was rude to fans who ask questions. He also admits on this video, and I played a clip on this, he says on Jeff Lewis Live today that the fans in the audience were, quote, stupid. And I don't know what else he ended up saying about that. I had to finish up my walk and then go live with y'all. But I made a video about one of the fans, and it's on the Ask Andy panel. They've edited a little bit. Jeff did get booed. The fan named Chris was trying to make a very heartfelt, and I've talked to Chris since. He's someone that I've known from Instagram for a couple of years. Very nice fan, huge Bravo fan, huge Amy Phillips fan. And he was trying to make a heartfelt comment about people going through hard times, such as him with his sobriety, which he is sober, how they relate to some of the Bravo celebrities, but when they feel like they can't be their authentic self, that that people can't then relate to them, basically because social media and all that, they get so much negativity that they don't feel like they can be authentic. And then fans like him might not be able to relate to them as well. So that's kind of where he was going with it. He said, completely got cut off by Jeff Lewis. What's edited out is Jeff basically makes a comment that he shouldn't be at Bravocon, that the fans shouldn't be at Bravocon because, it's Las Vegas and he had this slip in his sobriety. Chris has made it very clear he is sober. He was sober all during Bravocon. He would have never gotten on an airplane and kept that ticket in the plan for Bravocon if he had relapsed. He just, I won't say what he felt about Jeff. What I felt about watching it was when Jeff cut him off, we didn't get the full story. We didn't get what he really wanted to ask. And Andy Cohen gives this cutting look to Jeff like, dude, let him finish. Let him say what he's trying to say. But when Jeff said that, he got booed from the audience, and that got edited out of the Ask Andy, so you won't see that. I heard that from other people. Cecile says, on another note, I didn't like Jerry O'Connell as a host. I heard that from others in my DMs. So 2 years ago, I even took a picture with Jerry O'Connell walking by me because I like him. I think he's a great fan. Him and his wife, Rebecca Romaine, are real big fans. I don't like his dingy hair. I don't like that it looked like he didn't wash it. Not liking his look, but I have nothing. I'm not married to him. I don't care about that. I didn't like that he took time away from fans at the Ask Andy panel and came and asked a question really to just promote and hype up his own panel that he was hosting later in the day at Bravocon. I thought that was super cheeseball, super dumb, stupid, in the words of Jeff Lewis. But I also heard that his panel wasn't that great. And I thought his panels a couple of years ago, I think he did 1 or 2, were really good. K Kitty says, Jeff Lewis is one of the few who actually asked any interesting questions. I don't know why they're coming down on him so hard. People need to relax. And he says, 2 years ago, I changed up all the questions that they had given to me and approved, and I didn't tell them. And that's what pissed off the Bravo executives. This year, I changed things up and I had it all approved. I think that's what he said, right, on Jeff Lewis, that he had it all approved. Andy knew all the questions he was going to ask. It's not the questions he was asking, though. It's the comments that he put in there. You know what I mean? It was interesting. Kate Chastain was a big part, and she's not even a part of Bravo right now. She's on Peacock's Traitors 1 season, or did she come back for 2? I feel like she came back for 2. There's just some people, Kate Chastain is one, Dorinda Medley is another, that I just feel like they have something on Andy Cohen. There's something that keeps those 2 people going in the Bravo world, whether they're really in the Bravo world right now or not. You know what I mean? I remembered seeing, so when I flew, I think it was March 2022, March 2023. I don't even know when it was, 24. I don't know. I flew to Boca Raton to see Amy Phillips' live show, and which was so fun. And Kate Chastain was in the audience. I think she was in the audience, or maybe she came up. Anyway, she was pregnant. She had told us she was having a boy. And now that boy is 2.5 years old. Ah, crazy. Oh, nobody. I know. Has she ever said who the baby's daddy is? Michelle says, did anybody ask Kate if Ben is the baby daddy? I don't know. Yeah, Lori says, I think Jeff Lewis is true to himself. He's not a BSer. And I've always said that. I mean, he is not thirsty. He doesn't do and say the stuff he does for the TikTok clicks. He literally is just himself, I feel like. Yeah, there were a ton of other celebrities that could have been on the panels. Oh, the baby looks just like Ben. Interesting. Lisa says, Kate and Ben just insist they are just good friends. Well, somebody's the baby dad. Well, I mean, I guess she could have had it through IVF. Maybe she doesn't. I don't know. Anyways, what else? Did we talk about Mary? I think we did, right? Or am I just thinking about her? She's really on my heart. as a mom, I cannot imagine. He's technically an adult. He's made the decision to film on Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, but I do just think we owe them a little respect in not talking about all the details so much, because it is really bad, and it's just different. It just feels icky to me. You know what I mean? Because he's a young adult. Anyways, hopefully he's out of jail soon and this can all get made better. I think he's struggling because that Starcasm account, I guess, had posted some drug related information that Robert Jr. and his wife had posted on their social media. So I don't think things are starting to go that rate. Jeff was very tan at Bravocon, too tan for my liking. We'll talk a little fashion. I think it was his Sunday outfit. It was a brown, was it a brown suit with a black shirt, or black suit with a brown shirt? Whatever it was, I didn't like that combination on Jeff. I've never seen brown and black put together unless someone has like a black top and then jeans and then like brown boots, like for winter. I'm just a matchy person. I just don't like brown and black up together. I thought that was not a good look. I don't love him in the suits. I would more rather him in some cool jeans, dark, crisp jeans and a sports coat than the suits that he wears, but that's just me. Angie K had this god-awful outfit on one day, just big. Even Sheena had a terrible outfit on one day. Kristen Doty had this brown, a lot of them had these big oversized jackets. Lisa Hochstein from Miami always looks fantastic. I didn't love all of her stuff, but she does pretty much always look good. Erin Leachy, I loved most of her outfits, not all of them. I liked when it was Tamara and somebody else had jeans on with like a casual shirt. I kind of liked that at one day. Bronwyn had an interesting, very costumey thing on at one point. Yeah. Fave Star says Bravocon looked cheap, not worth all the money people spent. It ended up raining. It hardly ever rains in Las Vegas, but it ended up raining. And along with that, with F1, the thing is, even though in Las Vegas, I stayed at the Link, which is walking distance to Bravocon, the Caesar Forum, I still had tickets with friends to other shows and dinners. So we still had to get Ubers to go to the Fremont downtown, to go to Amy Phillips' show, to go to dinner. It was horrendous with the rain. I cannot even imagine how hard it was to get an Uber in Las Vegas, and the extra price of it, because they always jack up the prices anytime that happens. What do y'all think of Sheena Shea choosing, according to Kristen Doty, or maybe Lala said it, to not film for season 3 of The Valley? Like, she doesn't miss a paycheck. I can't, now that she's not on Vanderpump Rules, I don't know why she would, it had to have been money. Somebody just said, oh, she's focusing on her marriage to Brock. And I'm like, she needs money though. Like, she is not living a low lifestyle. She needs some money. I usually like Lala's outfits. She had leopard on, Carol Wadzerwell. Yes, she had jeans on. You missed everything. Where are my keys? No, I'm kidding. You can always go back and watch the replay. I wonder if she's worried about things coming out about her and Brock, Tracy says. I mean, it's already come out that he cheated on her during their marriage, so that's pretty big. I mean, yeah, Sheena chose not to join the Valley season 3, Alex Baskin said. Lala, I mean, even that, the Valley panel, super lame. They bring out Lala and Tom Schwartz later in the panel because they are going to be on this upcoming season of season 3 of The Valley. They'll be full time. So they were brought out later, but people asked about Lala and Sheena's fight, and she was like, "I'm not going to talk about that." Like, That is what we need you for, Lala. You always talk about that. Like, if you're not going to talk about it, what the hell do we need you for? Oh my gosh. Um, yeah. Tracy says Sheena doesn't miss any coins, so something else is happening to keep Sheena away. Yeah. It was just a lot of like, we can't answer that. Oh, you'll have to watch this season. Somebody asked something. Maybe it was Watch What Happens Live. Now I'm forgetting. But anyway, somebody was like, oh, I'm going to have to save that for the season. And I'm like, give us something. I mean, don't get in trouble, but give us something, right? This is freaking Bravocon. Like, if you can't spill it, what the hell are we paying for Bravocon for? Oh, Dave Starr says, I think Jeff, Jerry O'Connell, and Matt Rogers are all competing to replace Andy. It's obvious why Jeff is all upset with Matt Rogers. Andy Cohen is only 55 years old. He ain't going anywhere anytime soon. I don't feel like Jeff Lewis would move to New York to do all the Bravo and Watch What Happens Live stuff. And I think he would need to. I don't think he will because of his daughter being only 9 years old and, co-parenting with Gage. So I don't know. Was Kristen Takeman? I guess it makes sense. I was kind of surprised Kristen Takeman wasn't at Bravocon. I mean, Kim Zolciak, Bierman was there. And all she has going on is that her daughter was on Next Gen New York City. Like, so why didn't Kristen Takeman was posting videos of her family holiday Christmas cards with her family? So she definitely wasn't in. And she was definitely at Bravocon 2 years ago because I was at the Jeff Lewis party that he hosted and talking to her. Wait, what? Nick James, I don't know why everyone is pissed at themselves over Matt Rogers and his bestie. They're not that great, just saying. I think Matt Rogers is cute. I don't know that he's the end all be all. Jeff wants Howard Stern's job? No. He might want his money. Dave Star says, I don't think Andy wants to do BravoCon every year. I think he's over it. So probably someone to replace that part of his job. I don't think you can. I think people come for Andy. I think Andy loves it. He literally has almost every housewife he admitted has his cell phone number. Matter of fact, when Jeff asked him that at the Ask Andy panel this year, he said, yeah, and he said, if anything, I'm going to block you because he was getting super pissy. He did not hide that he was getting pissy with Jeff on the panel at all. And it was, now we know it wasn't playing. I mean, he's literally mad at him. So I think Andy loves it. I think for Andy, I think being a dad, someone asked him to share some, and I admit, God bless you if you stood up and asked a question at the Ask Andy. I don't feel like the questions were that good. Jeff had a legitimate reason for getting irritated that people weren't ready. They were like, oh, he'd be like left side, right side. There should be someone standing there, a production assistant, to ask, what is your question, and approve it. Because we didn't need the first question out of the gate. Oh my God, what was it? I mean, they're like, we know from years past, don't ask for a picture. Don't ask for your autograph. Don't ask if you could be my kid's nanny. I mean, people ask the dumbest questions. I'm like, we don't want this. I feel like they should have been edited. They should have been pre-approved and said also, hey, come up, say hi. My name is Sarah from Texas, and my question is for Andy. Andy, da-da-da-da, and be done with it. There was a lot of wasteful questions that were pretty dumb. I said this 2 years ago. They should have been pre-screened. They should have reminded people, but Jeff was very frustrated. And then on today's radio show called The Fans Stupid, that asked the audience questions because they weren't ready. He was like, we got a limited amount of time. It's like when you call into Jeff Lewis Live and they're like, hi, it's my birthday. Hey, Shane. Hey, da-da-da. Hey. I mean, Jeff was even, does he still allow them to say, shout out Shane? Because remember, for a while, he pretty much said, don't say that bullshit. And then I think everyone was like, don't be bitchy about Shane. We want to say shout out Shane. Cecile says, I'd be scared shitless to ask Jeff something. I mean, that's my only thing is Jeff doesn't scare me. Like he doesn't scare me when I've met him in person. He doesn't scare me at all. Lisa says, I agree, but Jeff can't have a bitch fit in public. No one likes that. The younger generations like Meredith Marks. Ugh, her and her DJ. Why is everyone a DJ? Like I've come to respect that Paris Hilton is an official DJ, but what is this with Dorinda Medley and Meredith Marks now? What is the DJ of it all? Like I'm so confused on that for sure. Sonia, Portia, and Heather Gay will be on Love Hotel season 2. I'm excited for that. I think Sonia will bring it. Like she's a hot mess. Again, I don't think she does it intentionally. I think she's just a hot mess. Like I have seen, is it only once when I saw Sonia in the city when she came to Houston? That was like May 2022. Y'all, my friend and I did the VIP meet and greet with her. She was so drunk and talking about all the tequila she had drank. It was crazy. She was showing her crotch. She was bending over. It was so poorly produced. It was bad. It was really bad. But I'm excited for that. Okay, Kim Zolciak. I hardly saw any videos, any pictures, no clips of her. I did see one of her dancing, but she had this really short skirt on, and she was telling Kate Chastain, I can't really dance because my dress is so short. I don't know why she was at Bravocon. Like, why was she there? It's just like 2 years ago when they had the whole cast of Shawls of Sunset there. And I'm like, they've been off TV for years. Why are they all here? And I think that's the year that the Paris Friends in Paris was on on Bravo, and none of them were invited to come to BravoCon. So it was so confusing. But Kim Zolciak, the only stuff I saw was on her Instagram posting about being at BravoCon, and it wasn't anything great. I mean, her and her daughter Ariana seem to be doing really well. Really? Carrie says Sonia said she hasn't had a drink since June. Oh, that's not good for TV, but that's great for Sonia. Yes, Sonia had like these. Sonia didn't have like their outfits, but yeah, she had the white top and the pink pants, or vice versa, white pants and pink top. I can't remember, but she had more. Her look was kind of casual for BravoCon. You know what I mean? Chanel Ian was like in a wedding dress at the Watch What Happens Live last night. That was interesting. Chanel Ian, hers borderline on costumes, but they always look cheap to me. They always look like $100. You know what I mean? What's with Doritos and a cigarette? What does that mean? Did y'all see? So Bethany Frankel has you remember that season of when she was with Jason, that series they had? She like cried in the bathroom at her birthday party. She's like, I don't even like celebrate my birthday. I think if I remember correctly, Bethany Frankel shared a birthday with her mom, and she had a very contentious relationship with her mom, and has talked about a lot of issues, mental health and weight struggles and mental issues with her mom. And she's just bawling at her own birthday party. It was really sad. So this year, I knew it was her birthday a few weeks ago. She was posting cakes and all this kind of stuff. But this time, she threw a huge birthday party. It looked like in New York or Miami somewhere. Like Chris Appleton was there. The food god was there. The guy that's always tagging along on the Kardashians. She's got this fake cigarette she's smoking with or dancing along with. Her 15-year-old daughter was there. And I'm like, did Bryn really want to go to your adult birthday party where you're like dancing with a fake cigarette all night long? It's weird. Yes, K Kitty said, yeah. So an audience member did ask Dorit if she would take a smoke break with her. So that was kind of funny. And Dorit said, yeah, I will. Everyone loved it when Dorit lit up the cigarette last season in her car because it was a real moment. So she did it again on stage. Oh, okay. Anyways, interesting. Okay, New York and New Jersey will eventually return. The New York hybrid stories is not true. So they're not going to bring the OGs back with some of the new ones. Bryn Whitfield was nowhere at Bravocon. Neither was Brandy Glanville, not invited again. I don't know. I feel like Brandy Glanville is good TV. Like, I'm not really sure. I feel like Kim Zolciak is good TV. She even said on an interview, we should have had cameras up for the last 2 years, insinuating all the nonsense with her and her soon-to-be ex, Croy Bierman. Very interesting. Wait, what? Carl Radke really from Summer House really wants to date Dorit. I mean, maybe do her. I don't know that he wants to date her. Anyways, does anyone want to come up with a question or comment? Please, please, please. I would love that. Copy and paste that StreamYard link, and then it'll bring you right on. You don't have to put your camera on, although I would prefer that. You're not a fan of Dorit. I mean, I'm really not either. Awfully boring before all the nonsense with her and PK. And obviously fake, because she made it seem like her and PK were just the everything. Yeah. Oh, wants to hook up, but she changed it today. Yeah, exactly. The link, hold on. The link is right here. I'll put it here, but it's at the bottom. Do you see it scrolling? Welcome, Chumpettes. Copy and paste this into a Google or a, what do you call it? Whatever it's called. Anyways, are you going to come on, Bureau? I would love that. Especially if you were at Bravocon. Yes. No. Is MJ really getting a divorce, or is it just a storyline? Tommy's in the trailer. Well, of course, that was all filmed already. I think did they pick cameras back up for the Persian Valley for this divorce? I feel like they did. No, I mean, MJ has pretty much been bitching and moaning about her marriage for at least a year or two. What I thought was interesting is she's asking for full physical custody of the kids, which means she makes all the medical decisions. That's what is Jeff still fighting for that? I don't know if he's talked about it lately, but I haven't been listening for a while. That's what Jeff is fighting for. He claims is physical custody, which doesn't mean they won't co-parent. Monroe would still go to Gage and spend time. Obviously, it means he makes all the medical decisions and school decisions about her 100%. He doesn't have to consult with Gage. And I think that is what she asked for about Tommy. And I thought Tommy was a good dad. I thought he was very hands-on. I don't know. Jen Helen says the divorce is real. Tommy's no longer doing their podcast, and they both moved out of their house. Veronica's going to come on. Hey, Veronica.
Hey,
how are you?
I'm doing good. I'm on a super long layover here in Albany, New York.
Albany. Okay.
So,
how's it going?
Cold. It's going great. Hey, I just wanted to make some comments about Salt Lake City and the last episode. And as a flight attendant, I had a couple
of oh my gosh.
I had a couple of thoughts, because it was so strange, because I kind of sort of believe Meredith's side, because there's just a couple of flaws. As a flight attendant, there's usually just one person working first class. And there's usually, like they had the little diagram, there's 12 people in first class. It's anywhere between 12 to 20. So let's say it's the minimum of 12. That's a really small space for the one flight attendant would have seen everything.
Yeah.
And even, and she said the flight attendant would come over and check on her and stuff. But if the flight attendant, he or she saw any hair pulling, they are supposed
shaking of the chair.
Yeah, the shake. First you're supposed to diffuse it. And if it escalates to any physical stuff, yes, you're supposed to even get the captain involved. You're supposed to contact security. Now, what Meredith says is about, well, a FAM would have, not a FAM, a federal marshal would have been there. Probably not a federal marshal would have arrested her.
Yeah.
The local police of that city or the airport police would have met her at the plane. Yes, that could have happened. So that's why I'm like, if the flight attendant saw any aggression like that, then
Yeah.
most definitely somebody would have met her at the plane. So that's why I'm like, that's odd. Because even if the flight attendant saw hair pulling and decided that that security or police did not need to meet Meredith, there would have been reports that had been turned in. And even if she elected or he elected not to turn in reports, that would have been bad for the flight attendant, because if another customer saw this and wrote an email to Delta saying, hey, we saw all this aggression towards us one passenger and the flight attendants did nothing, then that's a whole nother mess of
I didn't
beans.
even think about that part, Veronica, for sure, because it's almost like giving your boss a heads up. That way, if they get this email, because that would have affected everyone. Also, I'm so glad you brought this up, because they're all acting like it wasn't just 15 minutes. It wasn't just 30 minutes. It was hours. But then two of them admit, I think Mary and Heather, to falling asleep in and out.
Yeah.
Bullshit. If this was going on, you ain't going to sleep. If it's as dramatic as they all made it seem, they're not
exactly.
Going to
so
sleep.
That's why I was like, there's a lot of weird storytelling going on there's a lot of hole poking. Now, could she have been yelling or speaking loudly? Yeah. I have worked on planes where you literally have to yell at, to the person right beside you, because you're trying to talk over the engine noise.
Right.
And the air conditioning, the heater, whatever. Yeah. So maybe that's what it is. I just find it hard to believe that nobody else got involved in this bullying situation. So I don't know. Maybe if it was between the two of them, maybe they had some conversations that the flight attendant didn't realize and just didn't think anything of it, other than they're having a private conversation. All she had to do, Brittany, if she was really like so upset by Meredith and Lisa, she could have gotten any flight attendant's attention and said, hey, I am uncomfortable. I do not feel safe. You need to do something. Then,
and I so feel like of all people, Brittany would do that.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I'm like, why didn't you say more then?
Yeah. That's interesting, because I did talk about that when this happened, is that the noise, you do have to yell because of the engine noise, the air conditioner, whatever, there's that muffiness that is that the word? Muffle, the muffleness that and you do have to kind of yell. But production was there. Exactly. We didn't get anyone's iPhone up there. They have no problem with putting that little insert. They'll be like, Heather's camera. Didn't they even do this at season 1? I mean, not season 1, that episode 1 of this season of Salt Lake City, when they were camping and they were interviewing people with their phones, and they said like Heather's iPhone or whatever. They have no problem if they self-video, if they catch something that the cameras weren't there for.
Yeah. It just,
what producer lost his job or her job because they didn't freaking bring an iPhone up on that? Like, what are they protecting?
I just can't get over it. Like, because immediately right after first class, you have Delta Comfort Plus. I'm only using my example because it's my airline. I don't know if they flew
allegedly Delta. I mean, maybe you work for Delta, maybe you don't.
But immediately after first class is Delta Comfort Plus. People would have seen it. It's like right there. You can't hide anything. You're in a small space. Other people would have seen it. Is there a
curtain?
It's a see-through curtain. It's netted.
Oh, it's see-through now. Okay. Yeah. I've never been in first class, but I've seen the curtain.
So it's like made of net with a lot of holes in it. It's like like the best way to describe it's netted.
Very interesting.
So it's not like you really can hide anything. So
well, thank you for giving us that insight. That is perfect. I hadn't chatted with you in DMs about it. So yeah. Question: did you have FOMO for not going to Bravocon? Or were you okay, you didn't go?
I just bought a home, so I am still living out of boxes. So I had no FOMO. I'm glad I could just put on the app and watch it from there, because I was unpacking the last couple of days. So yeah.
Are you going to Chumpmas this year?
I'm going to try.
Yeah.
I have the 3rd off. I also have the 9th off. I didn't buy any tickets in advance because I don't know my schedule up until the very last minute. So I might just fly out there and see what I can find. See if I can
There's
find
always
something.
people how
Yeah.
that goes. There's always someone that something comes up and they have to sell a ticket for last minute. I've been given every event I've ever gone to. When I check my DMs later, multiple people have been like, I have an extra ticket, just offer it to somebody. And I don't see the DM in time. But if I ever do, I'm like, here's a free ticket, come, because nobody wants a ticket wasted.
Exactly. So I might end up doing that. So
yeah,
I did that last year. Like I decided at the very last minute and just flew out there and found a cheap hotel. So yeah.
Awesome.
I'll have to see what my schedule is.
Awesome. Well, congrats on the house, and thank you for the insight on the flight attendant.
Yeah, just from my perspective as a flight attendant. I didn't work it. I promise I didn't. I would have said something by now, but no, I didn't work that. I'm just giving y'all my opinion on our perspective of what happens in first class.
Yeah. Awesome.
Okay.
Thank you, Veronica.
Thanks. All right.
Bye. That was awesome. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, anyone would have taped it. I mean, everyone becomes a TikToker. Like, it's just not 13-year-olds that get out their phones anymore. Every adult is videoing drama at concerts nowadays, and they're going viral. The concert recently, I saw something about somebody was looking at someone's resume at a Jonas Brothers concert, and they posted that, and it's gotten like 50 million views. And they found the person that was the resume was being looked at. I mean, so I say that to say everyone pops their camera up if they would have known. And everyone, even if you didn't know that they were Salt Lake City's ladies, somebody would have asked them, hey, who are those people? They all are chatting with each other. They all look like, between them and Bravo production, they were making up all of first class. I mean, it's interesting for sure. Yes. Cecile says, I actually believe Lisa Barlow never thought that would happen. But it did happen. I mean, it doesn't matter if she thought it was going to happen. It did happen, right? Anyways, yeah, Tiva Tamara, who looks at resumes at a Jonas Brothers concert? What I heard is the guy wasn't even looking for a job. Somebody just happened to find him that they used to be in the military together and happened to be looking at his resume, which is even weirder, right? Anyways, we're going to wrap it up soon. I did get caught up on the tell-all. Did I already talk about that? No, I feel like we already did. Sometimes I think of like 90 Day Fiance so much, then I think, did we talk about that here, or did I talk about it in my brain as I was taking a shower? I'm trying to finish up some more of 90 Day Fiance The Other Way. Tomorrow night is another Real Housewives of Orange County reunion. It better be good, because I thought last episode could have been a 10-minute bonus episode. So we'll chat about that live on Wednesday. And then Thursday night is, why is my brain going blank? Oh my gosh. Or is Thursday OC? Oh my gosh. Whatever it is, there's something Thursday night that we'll chat about on Friday live at noon. So anyways, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for Veronica for coming on. It was awesome. Jen Helen, did you start Secret Lives of Mormon Wives season 3? I never even watched season 2. I'm almost excited for season 3 if I can figure out Hulu again. Thursday is OC, so Friday we'll talk OC. What's tomorrow night? I feel like there's 2 shows I watch tomorrow night. No, the wife swap is done. What's the other show I watch? Anyways, there's something else. I don't know. I record everything. If I can figure out my Hulu login. They're just so thirsty, the Mormon Wives girls. It looks very super produced. So it's kind of grossing me out. Anyways, okay. I will see you next time. Make sure you're following me everywhere at Sarah from Texas. Make sure you're liking my videos, commenting, sharing, saving them as a favorite. If you're subscribed to me here, I would very much appreciate it on YouTube. If you're listening as a podcast, please hit the button that says follow show, and then scroll down and you'll see a thing that says 5-star rating and review. And please give me a 5-star rating and review. I will see you Wednesday. Bye, y'all.